Christmas in the fall, the last months of the year, and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death. As I picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever.
What's cracking, guys? Welcome to Broken Sword. Fun fact. Well, it's a fun fact, but I'm not sure if it's entirely true or not, because it has been about 20 years. But I believe this was my first foray, however you pronounce that, into PC games. Well, I say that, it could have been this, or it could have been another famous game that came out around 1996. You may know it. Any of you old school gamers, you old school PC gamers, I should say, you should know it. It was about a woman who liked going on adventures. She liked raiding things. Tombs, mainly. Yeah, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, the original. So yeah, I can't actually remember if it was this that got me into PC games, or if it was Lara Croft. But, needless to say, both are spectacular games. Regardless of that, this actually introduced me into the world of point-and-click adventures. Now, if you've never played point-and-click adventures, where have you been? Because they are fantastic. I think they're an acquired taste, to be honest with you. Like, I think most of today's generation would turn their nose up at point-and-click adventures. You know, because it's not... There's no guns, there's no well, okay, except for the intro one that clearly should have killed him and him behind and people in the restaurant and the surrounding area. But, game logic, whatever. But yeah, because there's no, loud explosions and no guns and action, adventure, and brrr, turn their nose up at this sort of thing. But I absolutely adore and love point-and-click adventures, and this is, without a doubt, one of the best point-and-click adventures out there. Along with Monkey Island, which is, I think, is probably more of a famous point-and-click adventure than Broken Sword is, but personally, I think Broken Sword is better. I know some of you will probably disagree with me, but, personal choice and all. But yeah, Broken Sword, it's like, they released Broken Sword 1, and they set the bar. And then they released Broken Sword 2, and the bar went even higher. And then some fat kid came along and tried to jump over the post and completely knocked it over, and that's where we got 3, 4, and 5. Which were pathetic, really. Yeah. 5 I was very, very interested in, because they said that they were going back to the original, like this 2D sort of drawn backgrounds and all this, and it sounded fantastic. And then the game was released, and while they did have the original sort of drawn backgrounds, the character animations were lackluster. They weren't good. They really, really weren't good. The other thing as well is that this is the original. It is not the remastered version. I'm not playing the remastered version. I don't like the remastered version. Again, it was another thing that I thought was great. Updated graphics. It was going to look great. Sound great. La la la. And to me, it just completely ruined the whole feel of the game, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, if you've never played a point-and-click adventure, if you just wanted something to just rack your mind, sit down, relax, there's not much effort you have to put into a point-and-click adventure. It's the whole point. It's a point-and-click, and it's an adventure. Play something like this. Play Broken Sword 1 and 2. Definitely 1 and 2. Go play Monkey Island. Go play the game that came before this, which was Beneath the Steel Sky. Go play what was just released last year on PS4 as a remaster, Grim Fandango. Another fantastic point-and-click adventure. The remastering of that was actually a bit pointless, because all they did was just remaster Manny and did a bit of lighting. Meh. Okay. But anyway, enough of my rambling. So, who are we? Where are we? This is George Stobart. He is a tourist in Paris who has come across, or has been involved in, a bombing at a bistro in Gay Paris. And the guy behind, we'll meet him later. One thing I do want to do first off is actually turn down the music. Oh, it's been turned down a bit already. Right. Because I know the music will sometimes... No, why are you doing the right one? Because the music will sometimes drown out the voice and the speech and stuff like that. Oh, and thankfully, we've got a save system. LP1. There we go. No need to save there, but fuck it. Save system, we can save in many, many slots, so we're good. Right, so, point of a point-and-click adventure. You look and investigate everything. Things that you pick up, stuff that you pick up will be necessary for later in the game. Even if you spend half an hour to an hour going through different scenes, carrying one item that you think, why do I have this? It's not necessary. Nay worry, it will be later in the game. Don't you worry. Thankfully, it is voiced, so it'll save on my voice and having to speak all the time. But that's fine by me. That's fine by me. So we get this little icon of a magnifying glass, and this means that we can investigate and have a look and see what it is. So if we left click...
I considered climbing the lamppost, but it wasn't going to shed any light on the affair.
The writing is good as well, and so is the voice acting of George, and someone who we'll meet a little later. If you right-click, he will give a synopsis of it, I think.
It was an iron lamppost.
Yeah, just basically a description of what it is. So you get the gear icon.
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
So that is kind of like an investigation as well. Things that you pick up, you will see like a little hand, and it'll do the motion of picking something up. That's if you can pick it up.
The umbrella had protected me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
I'm not sure, George, I'm not sure how that umbrella saved you from the bomb blast. To be honest, I mean, you know, let's be honest, the explosion was absolutely fucking massive. Yeah, you can move anywhere you want within limitations, obviously, like within the screen of... I mean, we can go over here. So yeah, so when you need to go somewhere, you get this icon as well, of like pointing where you need to go. So that is basically the. There was something else I was meant to say, and I've now completely forgotten.
The blast had...
Whoops.
I examined the jagged glass remaining in the window. It was broken, all right.
Indeed it was, George.
The blast had blown out the glass, leaving a gaping hole.
Hey, I'll tell you what else is leaving a gape. No, I'll not go there. So let's enter the bistro. Okay, he's dead. Definitely.
I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
Oh yeah, I played this game to absolute death. Like, I'm serious, absolute death. I've played it many, many times, but it has been quite a few years since I've actually played it, so I might not remember everything, but that's fine. It's an adventure.
I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy.
We go on an adventure together.
A mysteriously undamaged bottle of spirit stood on the bar.
So, things might not be plainly obvious. Things won't be plainly obvious, let me tell you that. Especially when you need to combine items. Like, you will get stuck. And I probably will get stuck later on. You'll get stuck, like... It's the simplest of things. It's always, just like in life, you get the simplest of things that is staring at you directly in the face, but yet you're too fucking dumb to figure it out. And it will happen a lot in here. And again, anyone we can speak to, you have the mouth icon. So we will speak to the waitress. Careful, George. Yeah, just plonk her down, and you know, I'm sure she hasn't got any broken bones or anything.
Oh my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh, American.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
You should try not to move, yet you, like, rag her up and then just plonk her on the seat thing. Yeah. Great advice there, George. Oh, sorry, I will be saying George a lot because of, well, you'll meet the person in a minute. Am I a doctor? Hell to the no. We're not, but we'll try to instill some confidence in her by saying yes.
Yes, I am. I studied under Dr. Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
So yeah. As well, you'll get these, the bottom here. This will be your... When you're talking to someone, you'll get options as to if you have questions relating to things, or you have items that you need to ask about, etc., etc., stuff like that. I think your inventory is up the top. Could be wrong. But anyway. Yeah,
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a cheat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I was glad I wasn't picking up the check.
What about the old man? Is he dead?
Oi. He is very dead. And, folded up. Into many, many pieces.
Yes, he is.
Oh, mon Dieu. I've never seen a real-life corpse before. Except for Grandmaman. That was different. She was family. Has he gone stiff?
I shouldn't think so. He's only been dead a few minutes.
Yeah, rigor mortis doesn't... rigor mortis doesn't, set in that fast, love. So yeah, again, you can question about the dead man, or you can question about the clown, or if you don't have anything, then this icon will take you out of the conversation.
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
What about the clown?
Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either.
Me neither, George. Me neither.
How did the old man behave?
Well, agitated. He kept looking about him at the door, at his watch.
As if he was waiting for someone?
Yes, I suppose so. He was worried about something, that's for sure. If you ask me, he was having an affair. He had that look about him, like a guilty husband.
And as you see there, his icon disappeared, because we have no more questions about the dead guy. So, once you're done with asking about a certain item or a certain person, etc., etc., the icon will disappear.
Did the clown speak to the old man?
No, he just laughed at him. Then he grabbed the old man's briefcase and ran out of the door.
Funny how you remember that, but you seem to think that you were at a party and got pissed.
Did you see what the old man had in his briefcase?
No, he didn't open it.
What did the old man do when the clown snatched his briefcase?
Nothing. He just sat there like he was frozen.
Did the old man try to stop the clown?
Oh, he didn't have a chance. The clown dropped his accordion and ran out of the door. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Stay here, mademoiselle. I'm going to look around for evidence.
There's no point, George. There's not really much left. I mean, you know, it's kind of all been destroyed.
The waitress was clearly suffering from shock. The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly.
Well, let's head outside, because there is, I believe there's nothing here that we could look at. Except for the dead guy and the woman.
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
Good call, George. Good call. Did I see something that we could pick up here? I don't think there is there? I think it's just the magnifying icon. Oh, there we go. See? Something you could pick up, and it'll give that icon. Newspaper.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
Could come in handy later, it could not. So, here we go. This is your inventory. as you can see, we were holding a newspaper, which, when you have an item that you need to give someone, to show someone, or inspect, or etc., click on the item, it will be on your mouse cursor, and then you can click on the person. Or
It was a Paris daily tabloid newspaper, full of sex, scandal, and sports results.
or right click it and then you get a description. So let's head down here and we will bump into Sergeant Meux and the bald guy whose name I can't remember. Yeah, been a while. Shut up. Let's go, George.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Whoa, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Mou. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
En avant de gazier marche. So, Sergeant Mou, you will see many times. He's sort of the comedic.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur. Stop holding your breath at once.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Mou?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death.
Oh,
However, in this case, the man is quite dead. Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
it seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Mou. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
Sergeant Mou doesn't really learn anything
I
very
doubt
much.
if she is in a fit state for questioning, monsieur. It smells to me as if she has been drinking.
As I feared, we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Mou.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to handling drunken women.
I do not doubt that for one moment. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
We did.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No, he was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
We saw the clown. Well,
Yeah, there was a
entered.
guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon, the picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Mou?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She says the American claimed to be a doctor. He forced her to drink the brandy.
I can explain everything.
Can you, monsieur?
Almost everything.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
Thanks, Moo.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
I might do. I might not. Who says?
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
Bye-bye.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
And now we are going to meet our psychic, Nico Collard. She's integral to the Broken Sword series as well. She's another, well, you could call her a main character as well, because she does go with George pretty much everywhere. So let's talk
Excuse
to
me,
Nico.
mademoiselle?
Nico Collard.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right, on holiday in Paris. Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Ah. So Nicole knows about the clown.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
She's very flat with him to begin with. She doesn't really, you know, she takes a bit to warm to him, but she does eventually, don't worry.
Who's the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. Bientôt, monsieur.
Fine, I'll, see you soon.
Wait, no, Nicole, come back. Nico Collard. Nico. Papa. Nico. Papa. Nico. Papa. I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's talk to Sergeant Moo for a second.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Ooh, get you.
Did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, Here I stay.
Well done, Sergeant Moo. It's probably about the only thing that you can do, and probably not even do it right.
I really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
That's your job, not mine.
An armed chase through the streets of Paris? That's not our style, monsieur. Inspector Rosso may be unorthodox, but he's not crazy.
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly? You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rosso's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
And what do you think?
I think he is the devil.
Ooh.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Huh?
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
Was he serious about all that psycho-detective stuff?
Of course. Inspector Rosso is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
I can't see it taking off in L.A.
No, I mean there are in strange cases, the police do sometimes use psychics. Whether they actually work or not, I don't know. Skeptic myself.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
How can you forget? You nearly died in an explosion. How can you forget something like that?
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
Oh.
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Ah, so the meeting with the clown was planned.
How do you make that out?
The time of the explosion was between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, n'est-ce pas?
I guess so. But what about the name?
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the clown? I don't think so. Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He wants you to advise him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Ah, no, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
See you later, Sergeant.
Neither do witchcraft, I don't think. I actually don't know. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for this first episode. Took a bit to get in. I know. You know, the intro and stuff and all that. Whatever. Hopefully this works, because this is a pain in the arse. It's not a pain to get running. Like, the game works perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just recording is a bit of a pain, because I can do 4:3 like the game was, you know, intended for, because, you know, back in 1996 there was no like 4K fucking screens and 1440p screens. You know, it was 4:3. That was your aspect ratio. No 16:9. It was all 4:3. So I'm trying to record this in 16:9. Now, it will look a little stretched, but I would rather have that than it just be a small square in the middle of the screen. So hopefully it works. The only thing that I'm having to worry about now is stopping the recording and starting it again, and then hoping that it actually records in 16:9 and doesn't record in 4:3, which is what it did before, and then I had to spend a lot of time fucking about to get it into 16:9. Anyway, enough of that. But thank you so much for joining me on this first episode of Broken Sword, where we met Georges Stobart, Nico Collard, Nicole Collard, I know, Nicole, whatever, and Sergeant Mur and Rosso. So yeah, hopefully you come back for the next one, and I will see you in the next one. And as ever, bye bye.